Alright, so they released a couple of new mass change cards. 3 of them to be exact. The wind mass change, the light mass change card, and this new mass change card here. It's called Mask Charge. Target 1 hero monster and 1 change quick play spell card in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. That effect is so good that this card's probably either going to get banned or limited in the future, because this is just straight up advantage. +1 for 2 really good cards. Like, there's only a couple other cards like that, and they're very like specific in what they do. 2 off the top of my head I could think of are Recurrent Nightmare, where you can recycle 2 dark type monsters with 0 attack, or Supply. I think it's called just Supply, where you get 2 water monsters with less than 1500 attack, and both of those are just monsters. This is a monster plus a mass change card, which allows you to go into one of the new mass change cards, and the new ones are bringing out are actually really good. Like this one right here, Masked Hero Kamikaze. Kamikaze. Kami means God. Kaze, I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like, what is it? Kamikaze. That one thing where they suicide, whatever, I can't think of it right now. Doesn't matter. Fusion Warrior, Wind type, 2700 attack. Must be special summoned with mass change. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. It has 3 effects. 1. Cannot be destroyed by battle. 2. Your opponent can only attack with 1 monster during each battle phase. 3. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Alright, all 3 effects are amazing. I mean, effect number 2 is pretty weak, but the other 2 effects are actually, effect number 3 is probably its best. It's like the Noble Master effect, where you destroy a monster and you can draw a card off its destruction. Great effect on its own. Cannot be destroyed by battle. It already has a really high attack, which is pretty awesome, combining it with its 3rd effect. And the 2nd effect, where your opponent can only attack with 1 monster each turn, which means they can't attack it twice. They can't destroy this card unless they use like some kind of effect, and it really restricts their attacks. And this card is just ridiculously good. If Stratos was still in game, you'd be seeing this card everywhere, but Stratos is still banned for no reason, so whatever. Masked Hero Koga, the light one. Finally a light Masked Hero type. This will probably see the most play out of all the Masked Heroes, for the simple fact that like all hero decks play Neo's Alias because he's so good, and he's like a light type. And his effects, here, let me just read the effect. Must be special with mass change, can special other ways. This card gains X attack for each monster your opponent controls. Usually it's like 100 attack. 2, unless it's something a little bit higher, then that'll probably make it better. But usually that kind of effect is like 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Effect number 2. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can banish 1 hero monster in your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, that monster loses attack equal to the attack of the monster banished to activate this effect. So you can use it during either player's turn, so spell speed 2, which is pretty nice. Banish 1 hero monster. Usually you'll have a Neos Alias in the graveyard if you special summon this guy anyway. So you can decrease the attack of 1 monster on the field by 1900, which is a pretty big deal. He has like his own mini Honest effect. Plus you could use Honest with him since he's a light type monster. And you'll probably be seeing this guy the most just because, like I said before, Neos Alias is great. So, 3 new cards they released. Mask Charge, so good, it will probably get banned or limited in the future. Masked Hero Kamikaze, another really good card. It's just kind of hard to bring him out since he's wind type. I guess you could use Mass Chain second to bring him out with just a good wind type monster, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. And Masked Hero Koga, really good because he's light type. And there's tons of really good light types that are already used in common hero decks. Although with all these new Mass Chain supports, they're probably just going to be straight up Mask Hero decks, like there are already, since there are 2 other really good Mass Heroes out right now, and Dark Law and whatever the water one's name is, just because it has like a heavy storm effect. And the other one has your opponent's field is pretty much Macros Cosmos, which is still really awesome. And it also has your opponent can't add cards to your hand. Dark Law is really good, and so is the water one. Now we have this really good wind one, but the light one is pretty, I mean, its effect is not bad. That second one is actually like a really good mini Honest. You can pretty much destroy any monster with that. So it's not bad, but the other Masked Hero cards are just so, the other 3 are so much better. And then you have the other, I think there's one other one that's kind of really bad. The fire one's pretty bad. It only like increases 100 for each hero monster in the grave. And then there's the other water one, which can't be destroyed by card effects, but it only has 2400 attack, so it gets destroyed by battle pretty easily. Plus, it could always get banished or whatever. So yeah, those 3 new cards, I'm really excited for that. I really want to make a deck with these cards now. Can't wait till they're added to Dev Pro.